Good morning, everybody. I am copying this down, copying our link onto the website, and we're going to get going here. Today's Thursday, right? Shift, link, enter. Come on. Enter. My computer is running like it's broken. It's not, it's fine. Okay. Website is denverguitarorchestra.com. And that's where you get the sheet music and all that good stuff. And we are officially 3 minutes over the deadline. So everybody will be coming in going, hey, what the heck? Where were you? And so hopefully they'll be coming in here momentarily. And I am looking like a maniac as usual. Bold. All right, so I save this page and then I can get out of there. Make sure this link is working. One time I posted it and it didn't take, and then a couple people I'm all blurry. I'm blurry. How funny. Did I take a blurry photo? I thought I was holding still. Well, the guitar is kind of in focus. All right. Let's see. Those of you logging in and getting settled in, let me know if the sound is good. I think I've got this all set correctly now. Yep, that's good. We'll go here and let's see, live streaming. All right, we are ready. Today, hey Elizabeth, good morning. I'm gonna I was rushing around and trying like heck to finish a Hanukkah medley. Hanukkah starts at sundown for those who celebrate that. And I think I'm going to use Hawaii's sundown as my actual time limit. It turned out to be 7 pages long, and it was a little bit more than I wanted to do. And then I forgot to put the stuff in my head. Or maybe I did. I don't know if I did or not. Anyway, I got stuff. I got a little bit of alfalfa sprout sticking up here on the top. Good morning, Vic. All right. So this is what it's going to be today. Today we are playing. What are we playing? Today we're going to play. I think we started. Guys, remind me. We got through JC Joy Man's Desiring, and we were headed up the list. So I think we're starting with Green Sleeves. Is that? I think that's what we should do. Let's see. Good morning, Pauline. Hi, everybody. I think we're starting with Green Sleeves and headed up the list. Tell me if that is not true, but I think that's what we're doing. So I'm pulling up Green Sleeves unless one of you says no. Over the weekend, guys, I'm going to get a few more of the pieces off of the website updated and moved over onto our daily rotation list. We're just going to keep this up through the holiday, and then during the break, that'll give me time to plan for the spring. And we talked in Thursday night class about, hey, what does the spring look like? And so I think we're going to be doing some Beatles music, fingerstyle Beatles music is I think what our plan is into the early part of the year or the winter. For some of you that's summer into January, February. We'll be doing some of that. So I've got several pieces that I want to do, and should be fun. 69 degrees today and sunny right now. Last night it felt like the sky was falling with heavy rains. We had hail yesterday. So in my head, everything in Cuenca is perfect. But Evelyn occasionally tells us the weather is not what it should be. So I'm glad you're here, Evelyn. Good to see you. Pauline, did I say hi to you? Good. Welcome in. Let me get my foot pedal going here. I don't know why it didn't. It doesn't just hook up automatically. It drives me crazy. Come on. Bluetooth. Turns it off. And you turn it on, turns it on, and it starts. Yep, okay, now it's connected. All right, let's go over green sleeves again. And guys, we're kind of repeating a lot. It feels like we're playing this a lot, but I think it's worth it, right? I think that going over the same piece for a month is never a bad thing. And I think, I remember having to have piano songs for 6 months. And, by the time you're done with the piano song, you actually hate the song. But I don't want you to get where you hate these songs. But I do think that, especially since they're songs that are going to come up year after year after year, there's no reason to put a little bit of time into them. One of these days, this guitar will finally settle down. It's getting closer. All right, green sleeves. E minor. Best chord on a guitar, right? Yeah, well, all seasons in one day. Exactly right. That's what she does down there. It isn't funny. We always say it's down there. She's actually up there. But because on the map we always see the globe, right? D chord. And then the ever beloved C chord, which is my enemy. Okay, on this one you go to B7, which always sounds amazing on guitar. Probably my second favorite chord. Okay, and then back to E minor. Go to D chord at the bottom of the page. And then we're going to go over to the C chord. B7. E minor. That's your opening series at measure 17. You got to get your B minor on. And guys, as I was talking to them last night, we did first Noelle, and of course that's got a B minor and an F sharp minor and a B minor in it, one after the other. Remember, you have to be okay as a guitarist with that sound when you first get your early bar chords, right? And it's just, you just have to let that go. You have to look down, double check you've got everything lined up properly, that you have it on in good shape. In this case with B minor, bar on 2, and an A shape in front, and then you squeeze like heck. And when you're building your arm muscle here and in your hand, in the beginning, it feels like you really are just crushing it, right? Now that I have my muscles worked into probably as good as they're going to get, obviously I don't feel like I'm pushing quite so hard, just because I'm a little more capable. And so just be patient with your B minor. Remember, anytime that you just get demoralized by it, you can take your A minor shape, move it up to 3, and then just play those 3 inner strings. It's still a B minor. It's just not as full and bold as a regular B minor. And also on guitar, it's very normal for us to not play all the strings. The number of times you play all 6 is sort of unusual. Most of the chords don't sound that great if you play all 6. Okay, then after those B minors, you go to your A chord, back to your B minor, over to C, A, B, C, B7, B minor, A, B minor, C, B7, and then E minor. From the top. I can't sing, so close your ears. 1, 2. What child is this who laid to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthem sweet, while shepherds are watching are keeping this is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the baby Son of Mary. Okay, so there's your chords. I would say all those chords are coming up in your life. And so, again, a nice song to just be studying those and getting comfortable with moving from one to the other. With chords, I always think when I started, my big thing was just to get them as fast as I could. And I think that was not good training necessarily. I think more thoughtfully is I'm on E minor. How do I realistically get to a D? Well, I'm pulling everybody up, hitting middle finger first. Nah, that's not true. Pulling everybody up, index first, and then middle ring is how I'm going to be doing that. To get to the C, then, of course, index, middle ring. B7, I always lead with my index finger, because if I can get that on the right string, the other things have learned to fall in line. And so just really, really slow motion on that. Oh, Donna made me coffee. It was one of those mornings where I did not get my, put it on top. We'll put it on top of the AARP bulletin. I get those now. That's you know you're old when you get the AARP bulletin. All right, so there we go. Cup of coffee from Donna. Let's cheer Donna. She also let Henry in. He'll be here for about 30 seconds, and then he'll get out of here. All right, next, melody. Let's play the melody. From the top, 1, 2. Whoops. What did I grab? 12? Back to the top. really pretty, really nice. I noticed that initially I was thinking second position, and I was getting myself in a pickle repeatedly because I have trained my pinky to do all fours. Well, then but I'm in second position. So realistically, my ring should be playing the fours, but I'm so grained into my own rule, right, that I did much better once I dropped back into first position. And then my fours are on my pinky like I have taught myself to play. Beautiful. All right, and then finally the tough axe version. And again, if this is too much, which it can be, just go along and play the melody. We'll go as slow as I can the first time through, just so that you can see how you're doing on that. But again, I always recommend, if you can play tough axe, absolutely be working on it. But when you're playing here in a duet situation, it's possible you could get twisted around a little bit. I get twisted around, and I only have to listen to myself. When you're listening to me play and you play and trying to get all this, and it's easy to get kind of mixed up. And so jump up to the melody until you feel like you can drop back down into the tough axe. Okay, be kind to yourself. Vic is applauding the coffee. All right, from the top. 1, 2. Yeah, it was pretty iffy effort. Second time around. First time around, I thought I did okay. Second time around, I got a pretty. I think I started thinking about something else. I don't know what I. Clearly, my brain wasn't in it as it should be. Isn't that a nice piece? I just think really take your time through that. Let it play at whatever speed you can. I just think that's really solid music there. Um, all right. Next up, let's go play First Noelle. I worked on this last night with the new with the City of Lakewood class that I'm teaching, and everything in this song is great except for two moments, right? Well, that's not true. What is the one that I was talking about that was such a sad moment for them? Maybe it's not this one. Oh, it's We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Sorry, never mind. Let's play First Noelle. First Noelle is fine. A chord, D chord, E7 chord, and that's it. And remember on this when you go down to the bottom twice, and then the last time through you will come back to 17. Not only do I have the segno there, I have a big arrow drawn on it to remind myself what I'm doing, and another big arrow at the beginning of 24. So I'm like, okay, what time around are you playing here? We won't run through the chords. I know all you guys are fine with your A chord, E chord, and D chord. But again, always be spending a little bit of time thinking about how that would go for you. If you're in A, how do you get to E? Index leads, these two guys pop up. If you're in E, how do you get back to A? Probably your middle finger is going to be in charge, and your index finger will show up later. With D chord, probably if you're coming from A, again, middle finger, probably get that down. Get those there. Coming back to A, index finger's in charge. Okay. And I don't know if we ever go from D to E on this song. I don't think we do. So, yeah, down at measure 18, you're hanging out in E. 19, again, middle finger's probably in charge to get to the D. So I spend, especially if I know I'm going to be working with a singer, I will sit down and really think about it. What am I going to do on each of these chord changes to make sure I'm there in plenty of time for him or her to be ready to go? I don't do a ton of work with singers, but on the times that I do, boy, I don't want to be messing up chords, right? And so I want to be really on top of the least amount of work possible to get those chords on quickly. Good morning, Pele. Good to see you. Again, if you sing, work on those chords slowly. Then when you go in, you already know, your fingers have already been trained to do it. And then the other thing is that when you're a singer or working with a singer, are you the first Noelle, or are you the first Noelle? And then the singer's going to let you know what they want, right? A little bit more energy. Usually on this song, the first Noelle, you can just do one strum. The angels did say. So just do one strum per each chord. Sounds also very pretty. And then, of course, what I'm always advocating for is arpeggio picking. And usually in 3/4, you can do 1, 2, 3, 1. Especially on a song like this. The first Noelle, the angels did say unto certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay. But the problem is when you're only doing 3, and you got multiple changes in the center, you're like, oh, when do I actually get that done? If you do 6, it's actually a little easier. The first Noelle, the angels did say unto certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, glad fields where they lay. They were keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. And then in that case, I'm just trying to keep my right hand pattern going 6 beats per measure no matter what, and then just staying letting this be on autopilot, so then I just have to focus in on getting my chords on at the right spot, which I was doing an iffy job of there. Okay, so that's some left hand, right hand. Hopefully you will be singing a song or two this season, even if you're a terrible singer. Let's play the melody. Let's not play the whole thing. It gets too repetitive. Let's go down to measure 24 and then come back to 17. So let's play it like it's the second time through, top to bottom, and then come back to 17. Okay, from the top, 1, 2. Measure 17. Second inning gets me every time. All right, there we go. So now, obviously, tough axe. And I think with this one, the big key is obviously getting comfortable with that shape. Okay, bar on 2, trying to leave the 5th string open, little bar, and then peaking out 5. In my mind, as I'm playing through the song, that comes up over and over and over by, I would say, the most challenging chord change in the thing, and it just keeps coming up. So it's a great chance to practice this little A chord. And that's because we play a lot in A on guitar. It's a really good guitar key, and this A is because the A note is up here on top, we end up with a really complete sounding chord. It's a really good one to be working on. From the top, 1, 2. Let me start again. That's an A, not an E minor. Well, I've been working on for the last 10 minutes. Still think it's E minor. 1, 2. 17. Oh, sound went out. Okay, gonna restart. Sorry, guys. Shoot, sound went crackling. Sound went out. All right, that's fine. I was playing poorly. I'll go reset it. Go back to the website, and I will see you in a second stream.